It's probably the same thing. They expected that the Frighteners would be fucking huge with Michael J. Fox attached to it, but it really wasn't that huge. It really wasn't. It didn't make that much money for Disney. But the thing is, though, overall, though, you think that if you're going to make some of that, you have the actors attached, you have big cast, it's going to do great, but it didn't do awesome. This 1996 version. But they're going to remake it now. They're going to remake it. They don't have Michael J. Fox. I'm sorry, they don't have him. They don't have Peter Jackson, who directed it the first time, which is nuts. Peter Jackson was...
Peter Jackson directed this?
Yes, before all Lord of the Rings movies, Peter Jackson directed this. Michael J. Fox attached to this. You expect this to be a big thing. It was Universal, not Disney. Sorry, Universal did this whole thing. And now Universal's talking about rebooting it now, getting a new person, redoing the whole thing, and trying to make it work with today's special effects. Now, the special effects, I will still say back in the day for this, it's not the best. It's okay. The ghosts look all right. This movie's actually pretty fun. I rewatched it recently because I knew we were going to talk about it, and it's actually pretty great. And Michael J. Fox plays a con artist that actually can see ghosts. So his wife dies, and then because of that tragedy, he can see ghosts around him. He talks to them, he befriends them, and then uses them to haunt people's houses to go in there and make a buck. And then there's a serial killer, though, a serial killer ghost that's writing numbers on people's heads and then killing them off. And then Michael J. Fox to figure it out who's killing everybody. And this was really a fun project. And I loved this when I was a kid. It was came out in the 90s. I was a lot younger back then. And the idea of this still, it sounds good to me. I think in today's day it can work, but who plays that? You get Timothy Chalamet to play it or something like that. I don't know. It's I don't think that's really for me, but it was a financial flop. So now we're going to dive back in and try to make it work in today's day, which is what we talk about all the time, always rebooting stuff to try to make it work for today's, audience. But what do we think about this? Let's get around to our panel right now, because I'm kind of wondering what everybody's thinking. Nick, what do you think? Do you think The Frighteners would be a good movie to reboot, or do you think that this is a bad choice for Universal again, to make something from their past?
Yeah, I think this is a better idea than The Exorcist. Because this is a broader audience, more people will go to see it. I like the first one. I don't know if it's good or not, but I like the first one.
I liked it too.
It's kind of stupid. It's fun. I'll go see it at least. I don't know about anybody else, but at least I'll go see it. I'm in. I'm in. I'll be honest. I'm in.
Who should they cast, Nick? Who do you got? Who do you think could play Michael J. Fox?
This is gonna sound weird, but they should get the dude that voiced Coco in the movie Coco. They should just get that kid. I want to see him do stuff because, he did Coco and he was amazing and disappeared. So just get that kid.
That could be really awesome, actually. I bet. I thought they're gonna go a Timothy Chalamet route, or they might try to get Zac Efron or somebody like that. Don't you see them trying to go into their pool of people that are not too young, not too old? Don't you see them doing something like that?
I don't want to see Timothy Chalamet do it. I'm getting it looks like hell. It's like a boring fever dream. So I don't want to see him do it. I don't know, man. I think they should just get a nobody, or They should get someone that doesn't have a lot of credits. They should get someone. Why have to rely on star power? Just do something cool.
I doubt Peter Jackson's going to come back for this. I mean,
and all the horror nerds out there know Peter Jackson is a horror icon. If you've seen Dead Alive or The Frighteners, the dude is horror royalty. But he's not. There's no way he's going to come back for this, right? They're going to get some sanitary studio director to point the camera, reaction shot for every conversation and be boring. But whatever. Hopefully the writing is good enough.
Yeah, I hope it's good enough. Sabrina, what do you think? Do you think the same thing with Nick? Do you think that this would be a good idea to make and move forward the reboot compared to The Exorcist for Universal, or do you think this is a project that Universal should stop doing reboots? What do you think?
I think someone told us to drink, so everyone needs to do that. Also, number one, everybody take a drink. Thank you. Also, I didn't see this. I had no idea that Peter Jackson directed it, so thank you for that little tidbit. But if Nick liked it and you liked it, I respect both of your opinions on.
It's actually a really fun movie. It really is.
Yeah, it is. Just turn your brain off, make some popcorn, let yourself glaze over. It's fun.
The thing is, awesome. They're not going to stop doing this dumb shit. So at least do the dumb shit. At least if you're going to do a recreation of an IP, fucking, at least do good shit. So I don't know. It's been a long time. It's not like they're remaking something that came out 5 minutes ago, which they do a fucking lot, which is very annoying. Ty says Jack Harlow. That maybe could be fine. I don't really. I don't know.
Who could play Michael J. Fox, Sabrina? Who's modern day Michael J. Fox?
Who could play modern day? See, no, that's the thing. Like, I don't want somebody to pretend to be somebody else. I want somebody to be themselves. And I'm with Nick on a no name. I think they should get, some undiscovered person that can come in there and do a really good job and, showcase their talent and start their career. Like, I think we need more of that. And I don't think that anybody who goes in there trying to replicate Michael J. Fox is going to be successful, because that's it's always, when you're making someone else's choices instead of your own choices, it's not going to be good, in my opinion.
Yeah, super, super hard to beat.
Also, Ty told us to drink, so one more drink, everyone.
All right.
Also, Queen G on the remake of Monster Squad. I would watch that remake every day.
I love Monster Squad. Wolfman's got nards.
I watch it every day. I would 100% go see that. And I don't even care who's in it.
Oh my God, look, here it is. Oh my God, he said I didn't see it.
Nards. Marvin, have you seen Frighteners before? Do you think that this is a good idea? Because Universal, they're doing Exorcist over again. They're going to redo this again. This is a good idea. And if you haven't seen it, is there anybody that can replace Michael J. Fox in this role?
Here's the deal, man. I hope y'all don't send Peter after me, because I'm going to beat this shit like a dead horse. They need to stop fucking making all these goddamn remakes, bro. Like, they need to just, give people... Nothing wrong with that. Like, there's certain stuff that can be remade. But if you I think there's such opportunity into giving new things and new ideas. There's so much original content that can be used. I mean, shit, 25, 30 years ago, we barely had cell phones. But damn, we just keep going for the same stuff. Remake, put this person. It's too much comparison. It's let's just give people new ideas. And that way you don't even got to spend all that $400 million or $300 million. I mean, look at Blair Witch Project and all these other different...
They don't take risks. They don't want to take risks. And then once in a while when they do, it's like they don't expect it to pay off.
But that Fincher's involved in, and that's a different story. Anyone who watches the show knows that I rip people apart for fucking abusing IPs all the fucking time. It's obnoxious. But it's not going to stop. And exactly, Nick described it perfectly earlier. They want safe fucking shit. They're not going to take those risks. It's only going to be the independent companies that do that. And you know what? When those things, that's why A24 is fucking blowing up so much. It's honestly it's a trusted name where that it's not going to be a fucking reuse thing. That Nick has also mentioned another point. Maybe you can expand upon this. But that they've gotten to a point where they're also meddling in their projects a little bit, but it's still not to the point like a studio, Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, I thought they meddled too much in in Midsummer. I don't know. They work really, really hard to provide or to keep a consistent vibe to their movies. I've sit in an aesthetic, and sometimes I think they kind of get in the way a little bit of the movie itself because of that aesthetic or to achieve it. It's whatever.
Yeah.
It sucks. And it's again...
It doesn't suck as much as a studio movie, though.
as the chat keeps saying, and Marvin was saying, too, it's why reboots? Come on, guys. But Frighteners, again, at that time, I think...
Thing is safe. You know what I mean?
You're right. There's nothing safe these days.
There is, though, because they wouldn't keep doing it if it didn't eventually or overall make them money. It is a giant corporation. All they give a fuck about is money. So their business model has proven that they come up in the plus instead of the negative by doing this, and that's why they keep doing it. It's just they don't give a fuck about us and how we feel and what we want. It's about them making money. So even if the margins are lower, they're continually making profit, and they're fucking fine with that, which is shitty.
There's a really, really good interview you can find with Matt Damon. He actually went
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. He did a really, really great interview with Hot Ones, and he talked about
they're making all this profit and shit. They should already supplement for these actors and shit. There shouldn't be a problem if that's the case. You know what I'm saying? If they got all this money they saving and they penny pinching, then they should be paying these fucking actors. They should be paying their writers no problem. There shouldn't be an issue, but they still scared.
Wait, Nick, what were you saying about Hot Ones?
They don't want to fucking pay people, Marvin.
So basically what they were talking about, this is kind of going back to one of Queen Glamazona's comments. She said that they want movies that already have a foothold in the marketplace. And so one thing that Matt Damon was talking about is that the life cycle of movies has completely changed. So there used to be essentially two releases of any one movie, right? There was the theatrical release and there was the home release, right? And because the home video release is essentially, in the past, people still buy Blu-rays, kind of, but not like they did back in the days of like DVDs or VHS or early Blu-rays. So that second release is dead. So the reason they look for those sure bets is because they need that initial opening in the box office to explode, because they have to ride it all the way down the movie.
Oh, I see. Wow, that's interesting. That was on Hot Ones?
Yeah, Matt was talking about it, and he says it in a much better way than I can, because this is what he does with his.
That was articulate. I got the point. That was great.
Matt Damon,
really worth watching.
Yeah.
It was very, very good insight.
I've seen almost all the Hot Ones at this point. You actually turned me on to that show. Thank you for that.
Sure.
I guess I did not see Matt Damon, or maybe I was not paying attention through it. I feel like I did. Oh, yeah, I must not have.
Matt Damon's awesome. Friend of the show. Why not? Put it out there.
Actors Equity, by the way. Shout out to losing the AMPTP to Actors Equity.
Yeah.
They're the first to make that fucking move, and I hope more people will follow.
Yeah, Marvin. Yeah. Marvin, so, okay, before we move on, there's one more quick thing, because, okay, Universal, you got this Frighteners movie. You see it back in the 90s. You're going through your library. What makes them stop on this? Like, why would they go to this? Why would they not look at something else? It's not a big IP. It really isn't. So do you think this, why would they want to make this movie over again?
You don't got to spend the whole $200 million. You can make a good movie off of $2 to $5 million, depending on what it is and what your setting is. Because most of the shit, you paying for actors, you paying for location, you paying for just to secure the script. It's a lot of shit that goes involved. So I can see how the budget can blow up. It's not impossible for it to get crazy. But if you find the script, you can break that shit down, and you can say, like, all right, look, this is where we're going to scout. This is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do for wardrobe. This is how we're going to map it out. I mean, you can condense that. The bottom of it is that everybody want to get paid. And it's almost like the situation of an independent person, because, like, you want your film, but it's a complete team effort. Somebody want to get paid this amount of money. I want to do this. I'm doing that. It's a village to come to make. You need a person just to get some goddamn water. You need crafty. You need a motherfucker just to hold the camera. It's so much people you need. It's ridiculous. So why the budget could balloon so high, but at the same time, if you condense it and you get people that's about their craft and they know what they need, you don't need 400 million, 200 million. Give me motherfucking 1 million right now. I'll make the best goddamn movie you ever see. I swear to God. That's just me. My personal opinion. All I need is $1 million. I don't even low budget.